Hi, I'm Sensei Norm and welcome to the Shotokan Chronicles. Today's video, blaming your instructor or your examiner for you failing your test. But first, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Also, check the description below for a link to the Shotokan Chronicles merchandise. We currently have two designs. One is the Shotokan Chronicles channel logo, and the other is a special design for the female fans of the channel. And there's several different items that you can purchase. So this happens quite often. A student or parent complains because they or their child didn't receive the results that they expected. The student isn't successful or gets a lower grade in their ranking than they expected, perhaps a B or a half pass. So they blame the instructor or they blame the examiner for the results. Then they either stop training, switch to a different dojo, or to a different style. The problem here usually doesn't fall on the examiner or the instructor. In many organizations, to be an instructor or to be an examiner, you have to pass a special course to hold those positions. Yes, there are instructors that are just black belts, and some organizations don't require an examiner course to do belt tests. But in a reputable organization, you have to go through the instructor's program to do either one of these things. Now, if you want to check to see if the instructor at your dojo is a registered instructor or an examiner, you can ask them to see their credentials. And in some cases, you might want to take a look in other directions if the instructor cannot supply credentials or qualifications for his black belt specifically or for his instructor level. Now, if the instructor has taken the program and is qualified, then they know what they're doing. So if they're qualified, then why didn't you get the outcome that you wanted? Well, then it had to be the examiner's fault, right? So in some organizations, special examiners are brought in to do the tests for each rank level. This could be because the instructor is not a qualified examiner, because of the rules of the organization that they want masters to come in to do the tests, or just for the simple fact that the instructor isn't confident enough in doing the test. Well, this is the same as the instructor. An examiner is required to take the same course as the instructor and then fulfill the examiner's portion of the course, of the program. Just to give you an example, recently I graduated from the C level of the International Karate Daigaku instructors program. I am qualified to teach clinics anywhere in my home country of Canada. Now, I haven't qualified for the same level of examiner yet because I haven't fulfilled all of the requirements, but I do have my examiner certification from the previous level, which gives me the ability to do all of the Q level tests. So after fulfilling a few more requirements, I'll be able to do black belt tests as well, up to the Shodan level. So if you think that the examiner is at fault for you not getting the results that you wanted, then you're probably mistaken as well. So if the instructor is not at fault and the examiner is not at fault, then who should I be pointing my finger at? Well, there's an old saying, when you point your finger at someone, there's 3 fingers that are pointing back at you. Maybe it's time you took a look in the mirror. Take a look in the mirror? No, it isn't me. I'm working hard and I'm doing everything right. Are you? See, the problem here is ego. A person's ego will tell them that they're perfect, that they can do no wrong. And especially parents. Parents believe that their children do no wrong. The problem is the human condition is instant gratification and perfection. And people cannot wait to see improvement. They need to get instant improvement and instant gratification for that. And there's others that just don't see that they're doing things wrong. You could put a student in front of the mirror and tell them to watch themselves doing the techniques. And it's obvious that they're doing the techniques incorrectly. But they're not going to see that. Their focus is on everyone else that's around them. The student beside them that made a mistake, or the student behind them that made a mistake. And even if it was just a little one, their huge mistake pales in comparison to the little mistakes that people are making around them. I have told students myself, or seen other students being told that they're doing something incorrectly. their response is, yep, okay. But in their mind, they don't believe that they are actually doing anything wrong. They think that the instructor was maybe talking to the person beside them. So if you're an instructor and you're experiencing this, what do? One of the solutions is to ignore the student. Now, this could go one of two ways. They could question why you're not giving them any kind of criticism. Or they could think that they're doing everything right. So this is a kind of walking a thin line kind of approach to this. But you have to look at it this way. An instructor's job is to teach and to inform the student of their mistakes. Now, if the student doesn't want to listen and doesn't believe that they're making any mistakes, when does that instructor just cut their losses? Because they're putting all their effort into teaching the student, but the student's not putting all of their effort into learning. Now, you can give that constant feedback, but the problem is some students will say, oh, my instructor is always picking on me, because they can't take constructive criticism. Now, I have seen, over many years, I have seen lots of criticism given. And I would say that 99% of the time, it's constructive or good criticism. So to improve at anything, you need to be able to correct it. An instructor's job is to teach that and to point out when you're making mistakes. If you're constantly doing something incorrectly, you'll constantly be getting criticism. The problem is, if you cannot take constructive criticism, you'll become upset and angry. The thing is how people will perceive the criticism. So you have to make sure, if you're an instructor, to word things correctly and to give good examples. People that can take the constructive criticism and fix their mistakes are those that are going to improve rather quickly. Those that don't are just going to get lost in the shuffle. And this isn't just in the dojo. This is an aspect of every walk of life. If you're not fixing your mistakes, you'll never achieve the goals that you set out to accomplish. Do you find yourself blaming others for everything that goes wrong in your life? Well, the odds are the only person to blame is yourself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out the link in the description for our merchandise. If you're looking to see some of my previous videos, you'll see some links popping up here on either side of the screen. Train hard. Keep focused. Take the criticism. See you next time, right here on the Shotokan Chronicles.